So, growing up, I lived in England, Belgium, Norway, Germany, and the Netherlands.
And I spent the first 14 years of my life in South Africa, and then I came over to the UK.
So, we thought that between us, we should probably have had quite a diverse education, particularly in terms of history. But when we actually started talking about it, we realised that that's not what had happened at all. And we think that this is a problem, so that's a problem that we wanted to share with you. So, what kind of things were you taught about?
The main thing I remember learning about in South Africa is the slave trade. It was slavery and evolution, but mainly slavery. It would have been done over a few years because I would have remembered if we had learned something else.
So it was like consistently, you did slavery one year, then again the next year. Okay. I wasn't really taught about slavery in school. Because the first time I was properly taught about slavery and like the actual sort of geographical routes that were taken was actually at university here at Kingston. It might have had something to do with the fact that I was living in Germany. We focused quite a lot on the Second World War, we focused quite a lot on the Nazis.
Like, I knew about the Nazi war because I was self-taught in that though.
But it was never in your like formal curriculum.
Not that I can remember.
That was kind of the same with me for anything to do with the slave trade, because I dropped history at about 16. I think you could pick to do the slave trade as like a special elective. Were you taught about colonialism? Because that's something that I always really, really wanted to study. We're given this sort of warped perspective that, oh, colonialism, like we just went in and really helped people. And it's so completely warped because obviously like the way that you were taught about it was not,
No.
look at these amazing British saviours that came in to really help us.
I don't think we called them British, they just said Europe.
We very, very rarely touched on Africa.
That's pretty much all we learned about was Africa. Like, on the evolution side, it was about what they found in Africa.
I think it's biased within itself that I learned about very sort of Eurocentric history.
They teach you about the history of where you are, but it's also, if you look at an atlas, for instance, depending on where you are in the world, depends on where the centre of that atlas is.